Good evening, Internet, and welcome to episode 21 of Malt and Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. I, as always, am your Dungeon Master for the evening, Matt Isbell. We'll do our usual thank yous and shout outs before we get back into the action. So a huge shout out and thank you to the likes of Hero Forge, Incarnate, Tabletop Audio, Ben Sounds, and D&D Beyond to help make this game possible and this stream possible. Don't think there's anything else really to say other than be sure to check us out on Instagram, be sure to check us out on LinkedIn, and also check out our Twitch stream, which obviously this is going to go out on at some point in the build up to our first official live stream in mid-November, so look out for that. Other than that, my usual warnings for this evening: there will be adult humour and adult language. You have been warned. Let's go.
I'd tell you what, just to clarify, we're definitely not on LinkedIn.
Did I say LinkedIn?
Yeah, but Anders' profile on LinkedIn would be fucking brilliant.
Yeah, there we go. That's my brain today.
Previous experience.
I saw Twitter and Instagram.
I saw
Twitter and Instagram
Danny look up, and I was like, what have you just heard? Because I was distracted by something else.
LinkedIn. Did you mention we're affiliates of BattleBards?
Yeah.
I missed that one. I missed the affiliates of BattleBards thing, and I just pricked up.
No, I didn't do that. I was going to shout out that at the end, but I will do it again. I can do it now. So for those watching, we are affiliates of BattleBards. If you've not heard on our previous episodes, if you want a nice cheeky discount, go to battlebards.com and register and use the code Malt and Magic when you're registering, and that will get you a nice cheeky discount on some of the special effects. We use them all the time. Dave's having great fun with those sound effects.
I am.
And
loads.
the background music, which you can probably hear now.
Yeah. So we got loads of different sound effects and stuff there, all from BattleBards, and a couple of different of our ambience comes from there as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah. So the other change for tonight, you will notice one of our party is missing. So we have his character sheet or character portrait up in place. So Simao is celebrating his girlfriend's birthday. It would be a bit remiss of us to demand he was live with us. So for tonight, I will be playing Kirik as well as Bothrid and every other NPC that we may or may not meet.
Do you know what the good thing about that will be?
Go on.
Kirik is our Jiminy Cricket, and he keeps us on track. So me and Dargon are going to go absolutely AWOL tonight.
Yeah, so
does Ander cast friends for the next 8 hours? It's like, yes, Ander, I think that's a great idea.
So if Lauren is watching or listening, happy birthday.
Fuck you, Lauren. Happy birthday, you bastard.
So good stuff. Right, so last week, what happened?
Oh, that was good fun.
That didn't happen.
Yeah,
What didn't happen?
That was a good fight.
Yeah,
I love that.
Picked up some items from Mephisto and then decided to make your way, meeting some old friends along the way to the ruins of Yksalion. So ended up meeting up with Reiko and Johannes briefly, and then bought some horses, and made your way to the ruins. And went full on rogue, invisibility and everything, darting between tents, eavesdropping on people, like the true voyeur that he is, and ended up, well, in fact I think it was Dargon that sprung the fight. Kirik failing his stealth check and trying to deceive a figure in leather armour, and then Dargon, in trying to be sneaky and get away from a tree, tripped over a root, landed on the floor, kicked the whole thing off, and that's where shit got real.
Yeah, I completely forgot that when I said I'll dash, that does actually mean that I'm going to have disadvantage on my stealth. So
I think you've got disadvantage on stealth anyway.
No, don't anymore. Woo, yeah.
New armour now, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's still fucking loud when he runs, though.
Yeah, don't have disadvantage on my armour anymore because of my armour.
No, because you bought some mithril plate.
Yes, I did.
Words.
Plate mayo. Oh, that's stuff.
Apologies, internet. Right.
No, it's not.
So,
My tabaxi is trying
I
to
think
press
last we
buttons on
left-
the stream deck.
so last we left off, you had finished the fight, and I think that was literally where we ended it. You've killed the last bad guy.
Yep.
And so you are now reeling with these bodies around you from that fight, which was a lot more difficult than you're expecting, considering they were humanoids and didn't appear to have any special abilities, and then one just out of the blue started flying. So
Yeah.
The rest of them were meat
Cool.
sacks, so that was good.
So Kirik is sort of sat on the floor, just nursing a number of wounds at this point.
While he's sorting himself out, I would like to pluck all of the arrows that I fired out of the dead people. Well, there won't be magic arrows anymore, but I'm still going to put them back in the quiver to have them as normal arrows if they're not
How many arrows did
damaged.
you fire?
I will tell you. Because I
Okay.
chalked them off as we went. 4.
4. So I'm going to need you to roll me. Let's have a look at this. I'm going to say 4 survival checks, please.
Ooh. 11 on the first one. 16. 25. And a natural 1. 7.
3 of your arrows come out intact. One of them, as you pull it out, the actual end snaps off.
That'll do. Saves me buying 3 more.
Cool.
Thank you.
And Kirik is literally going to reach into his pack, pull out a potion, and sip it, and he is going to take one of his, we'll say, potion of greater healing. 4d4 plus 4. Wow.
You're
That
wrong
will
shit.
be all of 10 health back. He rolled a 2, a 1, a 1, and a 2.
What a kick in the tits.
Hey,
Just a bit.
Kirik, you're not looking your best there. Doesn't look like the healer cleric going into battle first is quite the right idea. But I have to say, before that, bloody well done on deceiving them. You were doing a lot better than I would have done. I was quite impressed, and I will put my hand on his shoulder and use healing light so that he gets 6 points back as well.
Better than now.
Points. That takes him to a total of 40. As he sits there and sort of the warm golden glow surrounds his body and some of the cuts and wounds begin to close up.
May not
Yes,
be.
I was trying to channel my inner Ander.
Yeah, I
You
think.
didn't do too bad, to be honest. I'm a little bit proud.
Yeah, to be fair,
I'll teach you the ways.
you did some damage, but maybe we give it a go with you and Ander sticking back for the next fight.
Maybe
Probably for the best.
we have acting lessons.
Say again.
Maybe we can do
Say
acting
again.
lessons. Acting lessons in our downtime.
I will leave that to you.
Alright.
So,
Well, there was more people here than we were expecting.
Yes, my worry is that there may be more down the mine, because obviously when I was doing reconnaissance, I thought I heard 8 and it turned out to be about 10. Before I said, well, Kirik looks like he needs a rest, but before we rest, should we make sure there is no more coming from the mine under the ground?
Yeah, sounds a good idea. But Yeah. Shall we just check the tents to see if there's anything good in them? Healing potions, for instance.
Yes. I mean, playing devil's advocate with myself, knowing our luck, going down the stairs will lead to more trouble, so maybe we could just have a short respite here after we've raided the tents, obviously. The only thing I would say is that first green tent on the left, that's the one with the crystal ball in. So either I disguise myself as the leader, the guy who was flying, and go into the tent and talk to the person with the crystal ball, or if we want to loot the tents first, we might want to avoid that tent, because I don't know how he sees through the ball, and I don't want him to see us and alert him to our presence if he doesn't know we're here already.
Well, what about
on the other side? What
about if we ask one of these guys what they're here for? Kirik, can you got it in you to try that, or do you want to do it after we have a rest?
Bear with me.
Does he have that spell?
And
that's what I'm now looking for.
Yes.
Is there any way that we can perhaps, without going in the tent, move a cloth or something over that globe so that we can walk freely?
Of course, yeah. I can use my mage hand to cover it up unseen, no problem.
Cool. Let's do that. I'm going to go rifling through these bodies, see what they've got.
Okay. I will cut off a bit of one of the dead guy's robes and use that as a cloth, and then use my mage hand to place it over the crystal ball from a distance.
I will ask Bothrid to give me a hand to start moving all the bodies. I'm going to hide them in the ruin that Ander was hiding in, and I'm going to strip them of everything that might be valuable, put all the weapons to one side and everything.
Okay, so as you move the bodies, there is nothing really of value on them. There is some basic weapons, some basic short swords and crossbows and those sorts of things.
Are there any arrows for Ander? Or they crossbow bolts?
Sorry, all they carry is scimitars.
Cool.
While you're
and then there is this leather armor.
I will take a couple of just the shitty scimitars. So how many would there be? 4, 5? 10 of them.
There would be. Please hold
9.
collar. There will be 10 scimitars.
10 scimitars. I'm going to put 10 scimitars in the bag of holding. Salamon, or use them as a decoy or something. I don't know.
I can juggle with them.
Yeah.
Everything else,
character,
all they wear is these white bone, or like it looks like flimsy film bone masks, and then the black leather armor with that symbol of a white claw on it.
When you're stripping the leader, can you bring me his clothes? Because I still think disguising myself as him and talking to the crystal ball is a good idea.
Yeah, plus it might be good if one of us actually looks like him. If we need to go down, we might be able to talk our way through it. I certainly can't, so I'm just going to be your bodyguard.
Yeah. Yeah, you could guard the entrance while I go into the... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but, you know, if one of us looks familiar, it certainly helps than all 4 of us looking like strangers.
Yes.
I could be the bodyguard too. We will actually keep the deception up that Kirik was going, that he's some sort of, you know, consecrating the ground or something from, you know, from the Raven Queen. I'm the current bodyguard, and Bothrid's our carryman.
Yeah. Did I successfully put the cloth on?
Didn't go quite so well first time round, did it?
It didn't, but you know, none of them it didn't work on. They're all dead now. So if there's anyone else down there, the sweet talking guy who's probably going to look exactly like the guy we were trying to fool, hey, maybe it might work.
Okay.
If it don't work, this hammer will have something to say about it.
Did I successfully put the cloth on the ball?
I'm going to say make me a sleight of hand check, please.
Yeah. Oh, 19.
Ooh, nice.
19, your mage hand sneaks in, drops the cloth over the ball.
Nice.
Nice.
Should we check the tents out then? I will check out the one with the crystal ball in first. I suppose that's the furthest away from the entrance to the mine.
Does one have a map that you could show us?
Just getting messages on the old dog and bone.
So, under, if
Yes.
you're checking one tent, shall I just go to the furthest tent? We just start working our way in through.
Yeah.
So we can do that. Yes, I do take the. So
He's just having a moment.
that's all right. So we got. And I'll also put my scimitars in my bag of holding. But yeah, if we do that. And then. Yes, I will then give you the armour of the guy.
Yep.
So,
And
if
I
remember
will.
rightly as well, Kirik cast Spare the Dying on this one chap.
Ah.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
bollocks.
Oh yes, that guy down there. Yes, actually, we could ask him. Actually, I don't even know what Spare the Dying does. So we shall.
So Spare the Dying stops that creature from going into death save mode, basically.
Oh yeah. So it's
Makes
just
it
0 hit
stable.
points, but so stable. Cool.
I'm going to say you spend sort of an hour clearing the majority of the bodies, and then Kirik will make his way over to this figure, and is then going to cast a first level Cure Wounds.
I will stand nearby. Actually, I'll stand
And
with
give
my
him
with
7
1 foot,
points.
1 foot on his chest, not pushing, just holding him there.
Cool. So brings him almost back to full health. You can see the mortal wound that was delivered just heals up immediately. There's just a few cuts and grazes around as this figure's eyes just flash open and then looks up to see this huge Goliath foot on his chest.
Hello, friend.
Why am I dead?
Because we want answers. You obliged to give them, are you?
You've got a fucking heavy foot.
Yeah, I do. Do you want it to get heavier, or do you want to answer some of our questions?
Roll me an intimidation check, please.
I will be over by the tent. I'm not involved in the interrogation.
Oh shit, 10.
Bear with dice. Dice would be a good thing. Yeah, he got a 4.
Oh.
So
Nice.
what do you want to know? You let me
What?
go, right?
Yeah, of course we will. What are you doing here?
Digging
What are you digging?
holes.
More specific.
You
Like,
walked
give a
into that
little
one.
push.
Alright. We're digging in the ruins. Supposedly something buried.
Do you know what's
Didn't tell us
buried?
much. Some creature.
Ah. And how many of you are there?
Oh, there was 10 of us out in this main camp.
Yeah.
More down below.
How many?
Oh, well. I'm not good with numbers.
You better get
There's
real
probably
good with them soon.
Okay, there was about as many. And he takes a breath. Can you ease off a bit?
Yeah, I do.
Probably about as many on first level, but I heard rumours there's more than one. They've been coming in droves the last week or so.
Any more meant to come in?
They don't tell me much. You'd have been better off asking dude with the orb.
Oh, we will. Don't you worry that. Now,
Kirik sort of glances at you as if to say, how?
intimidation. I'm bullshitting here. Where exactly have you come from then?
Well, we come from all over, but me personally, I'm from Mantineer.
Yeah? Nice place there. Family.
Well, not anymore. Part of the initiation, isn't it?
What clan are you with then? What's the name of it?
Not clan.
What do you call it? You said initiated.
Oh yeah, it was the mark of the white.
Bless you. Oh, you mean that stupid white symbol on your armour? Looks like bird dirt.
It's a claw, isn't it?
Yeah, all right. So, has anyone else got any questions for this shithead here?
Kirik sort of looks down. Ponders for a moment. Where did your friend get the ball from? And they sort of go on the ground. What? You mean the orb dude? Well, I don't know. I got here yesterday. He's been here well before we got here. Okay. Kirik at this point sort of looks to you, Dargon. What are we going to do with him?
Yeah, that's a very good question. How much do you want to live then, Sunshine?
Well, I think I already died once.
You can thank my friend for that, for not doing it.
Look, if they find me, I'm as good as dead anyway.
I will not do that.
And I'll shout from off camera, "Have you found out who's in this crystal ball yet?"
No, that's a good point. Who's your friend speaking to in the crystal ball? And again, he sort of looks around. Don't know. As I said, got here yesterday. Don't know much other than we were told to dig, and it got bloody cold.
You got bloody cold yesterday, or it was just bloody cold here already?
No, it got bloody cold here.
Alright. Do you have a god?
Well, the white.
Pray to her.
Don't pray to the white.
What do you do?
Serve it.
Is that what you're trying to dig up?
No.
Is that who's on the crystal ball?
Digging up some creature. Don't think so. Only one person speaks to the white. And I ain't met them yet.
Do you know their name?
No.
Now, how do you know that only one person does?
Because it's the leader of the Mark. She
The
guides
leader
us.
of the Mark.
Yeah. You guys don't know much, do you?
Maybe we don't. Where's the leader of the Mark?
You got me. She's not here.
Garrett, you got any more questions for this lad?
No. I suggest we send him on his way.
Very well. I'll grab my blink hand axe and go straight for the neck.
Okay, roll to hit with advantage, please.
$28.
Roll damage.
$10 points of damage.
So you do with the blink hand axe, and because it is a blink hand axe, just thump, and there's just this gurgle sound as the throat opens and blood comes, and Kirik looks at you. Not exactly what I meant.
Well, it was 50-50, but I couldn't let him leave. So unfortunately, that's the only option he had. I'm sorry, friend.
It will be what it will be. And Kirik takes a moment, grabs his holy symbol and sort of closes his eyes.
I'll leave you to do your thing.
And then releases the holy symbol as you turn. Ander, during this process, you have been...
Well, after shouting, what did he give from the crystal ball? Seeing Dagon just kill the man, I assume that it was not a fruitful conversation, so I will then turn to investigate see what I can find in the tent with the crystal ball in it.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check, please.
Come on. Ooh! 20 altogether.
So, as you look around, you find 90 gold pieces scattered across a table. And then there is just some... You also find 1 silver piece and 8 copper pieces. There is the palm-sized sphere, which is the crystal ball itself. You also find a vial of oil and a lump of coal, as well as a lead amulet.
Vial of oil, lump of coal, and a lead amulet. Is it in the shape of anything, or is it just a lump of lead?
It is... Again... It's just a lump of lead, but there is etched into it that symbol of the white claw.
Okay. Can I determine what the vial of oil is? Potentially.
Make me an investigation check. Just a straight investigation check.
Oh, right in the middle. 14.
You have seen it used before. It looks very much like the oil that is used to clean weapons and armour. As our lovely and Simal sends us a message about what he would like to do to Dargon and Ander if they go on a killing spree. For the viewers, it said, Matt, I would like to use both my 4th level slots to cast Inflict Wounds on Dargon and Ander.
We'll have to see what he thinks when he comes back next week.
Yeah, don't take that as gospel, Matt. That's not really what he wants.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool, so that's all you find in this particular tent?
Yep. I'm going to leave the crystal ball where it is. Obviously, I take everything else. And do I need a lump of coal? I'll take it anyway. And I'll leave the crystal ball because I'll come back to that in disguise later on, and then I'll usher everyone over so they can tell me what they learned from the man they've just interrogated.
So I'll say you were there. Dargon was there, but is now next to you. Bothrid has come out of his weasel form. And you're all now stood in this little circle.
If Kirik hasn't moved the body, I will move the body carefully through to the rest of where they are. Come back. We all...
We'll say the two of you do that together.
As we're carrying it over, I go... I know you made us agree, but we can't have him running off and telling a bunch of other people to make our lives worse. I know you'd allowed him to live that little bit longer, and that was very useful, but he had already died. I know you're going to disagree. They're hard choices at times.
The nature is not what I would have chosen, but I have done my piece. I've done my part to see him beyond the veil. What happens beyond there is down to the Queen.
How would you have let it happen, if I may ask? Or is that for another time over drinks?
Let's leave that for another time.
Aye.
We have more pressing matters at hand.
That we do. And what you found.
And then I will tell them that I found, well, obviously, apart from the crystal ball, a vial of oil for cleaning weapons and armour, and so a lump of coal, which was seemingly nonchalant, and a lead amulet with their seemingly holy symbol on it. So I think that'll help with my disguise, and I'll wear that when I speak to the crystal ball in a bit, but nothing else of note.
Nice.
May I look at the amulet? Asked Kirik.
Yeah, sure. I'll pass it to him.
And Kirik is going to make an Arcana check just to see if he detects anything. With a natural 20.
Nice.
And it is not magical in the slightest.
Oh, that was a good shot. Thank you for checking. And then I'll put it around my neck. Wear it. And then everything that they interrogated, I'll assume they've just told me to save them having to repeat it.
Yep.
The only thing that worries me is the potential amount of men down those steps. I do worry that. I think it's safe to say they may be digging up whatever creature used to rule over this land, or whoever it was. So maybe it has some magical properties. But you said it wasn't. That's not who they worshipped. It's somebody different to that.
Yeah.
That's odd.
And if it's buried, is it dead or is it trapped? the Malt Masters didn't seem to know much about anything that was going to be down here. So, that's odd. Is it a big creature? Are they trying to, like, excavate a massive dragon-sized creature? Or are they looking for a tomb and it's just a nasty-ass piece of shit? What is it? I suppose we've got to see if we can do some trickery and get some more answers down there.
Yeah, the flip side of that is we did not ask the distiller. We only asked Mephisto. So we could have possibly got more information from her, but we didn't ask her, did we?
Shit.
Do we try the ball with the disguise then, Ander?
I think so. Did you want to loot the tents first?
Yeah.
Before I do, just in case it sets any alarms off? See what goodies we can get, and then I will, while you are investigating the rest of the tents, I will don my disguise.
Yeah, right. Go
So
for
I
it.
will attempt to put on the disguise over the top of what I've already got on. Obviously taking my bow off to put that back on over the top and my quiver and stuff, but obviously I want to keep the armour underneath if I can.
So you're putting the bow and everything back on top?
Hey, look,
Yes, but when I go in the tent I'll have to take it off. But for now, while I'm out in the
Okay.
open, I want my weapons on me.
Okay. So, as the rest of you, and I'll say for the sake of this, Kirik chooses not to loot the tents because it's not really his thing. But Bothrid and yourself, Dargon, you find very little else. There's a total of 11 gold pieces. You find a charcoal drawing of a man and a woman. There is a broken sword, 13 very, very small teeth. And the only thing of note that you find is actually found by Bothrid. He finds a very small brass key.
Ooh.
Doggone. Oh,
yeah.
teeny tiny key.
Yeah, I know, Eva.
There you go.
You said it was a brass key, yeah?
Just very small. You asked that out of character, didn't you? Just oof. Totally in Bothrid there. Which is the phrase I never thought I'd use.
You haven't seen anything this goes with, have you, Bothrid? Chest? Little box?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope. No chests. Just all the stuff we already find.
Cool. Do you mind if I hang on to it?
I have no need for keys.
Cool. Fingers crossed it'll go something. And
What?
Kirik found a small
Where
bronze
this
key.
key must be locked.
Yeah, found a small brass key. Keep an eye out for anything that will fit this. I'll pop it in the bag.
Okay. I am fully in my costume now, I suspect. So,
Okay.
what I would like to do, I'll take off my visible weapons, so I'll take the bow off, take my sword off, pass them to Dargon to hold, and I will go into the tent, take the cloth off, and in my best impersonation of the guy, I will just go, "What?
Do we know what his name is? How he speaks?
He referred to the person in the crystal ball as Master, so I was just going to call him Master."
Cool. What can go wrong?
Exactly, and hopefully he'll reply with my name, so I'll know what my character is, and then it'll be fine. And I've already heard him speak, so I'll know how to do an impression of the man. And behind a mask, it all sounds a bit weird anyway, so hopefully it'll all work out for the best.
The mask itself is only a half mask, though.
Cock.
Can't you do disguising of any sort?
I have no I don't have the disguise self spell, no.
Does he look anything like the guy we killed? As in...
Well, he's in the armour.
As in, it's not exactly that we killed a black guy or anything. Or a dragonborn. Or...
I will say, with the hood up and the mask on, it is difficult to tell the race, colour, gender of the person beneath.
Go for it, Ada. See what happens.
Feeling confident. So, I will go into the tent, take the cloth off of the crystal ball, and do my best impression of the man. I will go, Master! Because that's exactly what it sounded like. Oh, I've got to keep that voice up now. Balls. Should have put you into it.
You have. You exactly have. There is nothing.
Oh, do you think it's not going to work because we smashed the orb? I will tap on the glass and go, Master, we have good news.
And as you tap, there are sort of flashes of light in the orb, but there's still nothing else.
Grab it with both hands.
Alexa, call Master.
I do not have that skill in my profession.
I'm having trouble connecting with the network. Please try again later.
Okay, I will then...
I was just going to say, if anyone watches this now, it's going to... God knows what it's going to do.
That'd be brilliant though, wouldn't it? There'll be some dominatrix who gets a phone call from her submissive
Yes,
randomly.
there
is. Okay then, I will...
Oh dear. This is what happens when Samal's not here.
Yeah, exactly. I will touch the lead amulet onto the crystal ball and say, I summon thee, the white. That was the voice, wasn't it?
Aggressive Yoda, yeah, it's about right.
And again, nothing happened.
Grab hold of it, Anna.
Fucking hell, I'll pick it up, grab it with both hands.
As you pick it up with both hands, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Nice.
Of course. Of course. Rolled a 2 I have.
Plus.
You feel as a presence invades your mind.
Oh, brilliant.
And despite you holding the orb, you find yourself being drawn away from your body. And all you see around is darkness, and then a single beam of faint light illuminates a face, hood up, white mask on. Who are you?
Your humble servant, Master.
Make me a deception check with disadvantage.
Now. Oh!
Shit.
Even with a I rolled a natural 1, so
Roll a natural one.
8 altogether.
Do not seek to fool me. I am in your mind. I own your mind. Who are you? Why do you have my sphere?
Do I recognise the voice?
You will recognise the voice as the voice that you previously heard speaking. One of the voices that you previously heard speaking while you were in the tent.
Other than that, it's not the Eladrin or the voice of the cursed sword or anything. Okay.
Do we hear anything, or do we literally just see Ander holding a globe?
As you look on, you see Ander hold the orb. The orb flashes white, and frost begins to snake its way up Ander's arms and to his temples, and he is rigid.
So, with him saying, I own your mind, I instantly freak out because I've been cursed before, so I try and throw the orb to the ground.
As you look down at your hands, there is no orb.
Fuck.
Oh, there's nothing like good planning and preparation there.
Right, let's double down on the bluff then. Alright. If you own my mind, you already know who I am, so why ask the question?
Wiser than you seem. Why have you come here? And why have you slaughtered my men?
In my defence, your men did start the fight. We were merely defending ourselves. We only wanted to ask questions. We were just curious as to what was going on inside the mine, and we are simple envoys on a quest, accompanying our priest.
What mine?
The underground stairs thing that you're digging in.
The ruins. Make me a deception check, please.
Not any better. 11.
I said I own your mind. Your priest is nothing more than an ally. I know your names now. I know your faces. This will not go unpunished.
Who do you think you are threatening me? You have no idea who you're dealing with. Again, doubling down on the cockiness. Well, my bum was twitching like
you could just simply ask his name, but no, going for the real cocky way of doing it.
Yeah, I'm having him.
Make me an intimidation check, please.
I'm really good at those. 12.
I will see you soon. And you will then take...
Oh.
Did you take any damage before you...
18 points of psychic damage.
Fuck. I can't dodge that. It's in my head. Right, yeah.
As
57.
the Dargon, Kirik and Bothrid now see the frost recede from you, and the sphere falls from your hands, and as it falls it just lands with a dull on the ground. And you in your mind just hear this.
So, what happened, Ander?
Is he still in my head? Do I still feel him in my head, or has it gone?
You do not feel the presence anymore.
Good. Okay. So, with a sense of relief, I suppose, he knows who we are. He knows our names. He knows our faces. He said he is coming for us.
Who's he?
I honestly did not get that far. I tried to intimidate him, and it backfired, and I took some damage in the process. So I'm afraid I've let you down.
You ain't let us down. You're a silver-tongued warrior. None of us would have done any better. Well, I suppose the surprise is up. We might as well go and see what the hell they're doing.
Yes.
If we go and find some more information, maybe we can provide some information back to the Malt Masters. At the moment, we know that 10 people have started digging, and there's a weird globe of someone who knows who we are. To be honest, that's not a lot of information.
He did refer to it as a ruin rather than a mine, so it suggests maybe, I don't know, he seemed quite perturbed when I said mine, but he was more probably just annoyed at my idiocy rather than anything else. But when they said the first level, there's 10 people on there, and then there's more levels of more people, potentially. It'd be interesting to see what we find when we head down those steps.
Alright then. Well, do we need to have a rest? Stretch out a bit? Or do you want to go?
I think
A short rest would be wise.
yes. Okay. I feel like I need to compose myself after being attacked mentally.
Shall we do it here, or shall we go into the tree line next to the horses and keep an eye on the place? Is it still super foggy here?
It's not foggy, it's snowy.
Snowy, sorry. Is there any is there any way like the other ruin, not the ones with all the bodies in, that we could potentially just hunker down in? So like there's a circular ruin.
The only other ruins are the ones that you sort of see to the north. Kirik sort of stands, if they know we're coming. We may as well just stop here. It's not like we'll be sleeping, just resting.
Yes.
We can be on our guard.
Actually, it's a good point. We can't be snuck up on. So yeah, sod it. Let's use the fire.
Okay. So the four of you take a seat by the fire for about an hour. And I think Kirik's going to use 2 hit
I'm going to use
die.
some hit die. Yeah,
I shall use some
too.
hit die as well.
Where's my D8?
13, 6, 19.
I've got 17 points back. So pretty much undid the damage I just took, which was good.
68 out of 73.
I'm back up to 74.
Okay.
Not bad going.
Lothrid's
nice.
not going to bother, he just rips off a piece of cloth and binds it around his arm where he took a little bit of damage.
That's not bad. I'm on 107 from 108. That's not bad. What are you guys on again?
And I'm on 74.
74. Kirik.
So Bothrid's no change, Kirik is on 68.
68. Cool. There we go.
And while we are having our rest and I'm sort of tending to my mental wound, as it were, I want to try and commune with the Dryad spirit, or at least thank her for keeping my aim steady in battle, and I hope that she will continue to keep my aim true. And also I want to ask her if she will help me study the ways of fey magic, so that I can better serve her and the cause.
Make me a nature check, please.
Ooh, not bad, 19.
As you do connect, there is that whispered voice again. You must be more careful of your mind. I will help where I can. The fey magic we can discuss. Be safe. Be vigilant. Be wary.
take that. And I'll take comfort knowing that I've kind of got a guardian angel almost. And it helps sort of restore my confidence a little bit after being shaken by that orb. She's becoming my comfort blanket, it would seem. Sexy vixen.
Cool. Xander sits there with a little bit of a chub on.
I'll be Big Spoon.
Can you spoon a spoon?
Is there any other choice? Is there any other choice with Dagon other than to be Little Spoon?
Well, if it's a deity, probably.
Yeah.
Cool. So as your long rest ends, the snow has picked up, and it's becoming more blizzard-like again, and even the fire is now beginning to struggle as you all sort of hunker down and you take your rest. And Kirik sort of pulls his cloak around him. I suggest we get inside somewhere.
Well,
Whilst I don't
Does anyone want to
necessarily
do that?
fear the cold, the vision is not great.
yeah, well, the ruins it is then.
Are we heading down?
Yes, would somebody with better night sight than me be able to lead the way?
Well, you say that, but well, Bothrid, have you got good vision in the dark?
Can see in dark.
You want to go first?
I can scout. Go ahead. If necessary.
Cool.
During the rest, I also took off the costume and put my weapons back on because the element of surprise is gone now. Somewhat.
I will light my. I will get out my lantern. I shall cast light inside it, and I will put the lid down, ready to use.
Nice.
Okay, so light lasts for an hour.
Yep.
So you all begin to hurry your way to the north, where you find that little sort of stone, well, I say that little stone staircase, that stone staircase that leads down. And as Bothrid leads the way, sort of Dargon's hand on his shoulder, and then Kirik leading the way behind, sort of using his dark vision to help guide the party through. You sort of travel about probably 30 feet down, and then the staircase begins to wind round almost very abruptly, and then there's a further 10 or 15 feet before it winds round again, and then you find yourselves, or at least Bothrid explains that you're now in a stone corridor of sorts, and you can feel underneath that the ground is somewhat slippy, not quite full on ice, but it is certainly partially frozen.
So is it getting colder as we go down then?
It is certainly getting colder.
Okay.
And as you now turn the corner, there is light that comes from ahead of you. Faint, but you can see it.
Any noises?
No. Well, you hear the sound of flickering flame.
Okay. No voices, no footfalls, nothing like that. Let's go say quietly to Bothrid. Let's move up.
So Bothrid moves forward slowly, and as he moves forward and you get closer, your vision begins to improve, and you see the corridor open out into a 35 by 20 foot room. If you all begin to sort of move into the room and fan out, so to speak. In the room you see two lit braziers, however they're pronounced. Fire still burning, and they're lighting this room, providing some warmth. To the closest wall, the closest one to the entranceway, has a stack of papers, what looks like a map, and a mess kit rolled out. At the far end of the room you see two statues. One has broken and toppled and is concealing what looks like another entrance, and then to your left you see almost looks like it's been mined out, but it's not recently mined out. A mined out tunnel heading towards the east.
I'm instantly drawn to the map on the floor and the papers. I'd like to check those out, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so make me an investigation check, please.
14.
The papers you cannot decipher. They're written in a language you do not understand.
I will take them anyway. Does anybody else recognise the language on these papers?
Common, giant, and undercommon.
Nope.
Cool.
Carrick, nope. Bothrid looks. Strange, but think can read some words. Not seen this script before, but yet no in head. Bothrid is baffled.
What's it say?
It talks of white and marks and ruins. I think this says Yksalion. Oh, Yksalion, that we there.
We are.
Would need time.
Okay, well, keep it on you for now. We'll try and decipher if you can, and then I'll look at the map, please.
Okay, make me an investigation check, please.
Is there any
16.
So the map is a map of Nylon.
Oh.
Does it look different to Dargon's map of Nylon?
The proportions are not necessarily the same. This one's been hand-drawn. Or drawn by a different hand, I will say, because all maps are obviously hand-drawn in this time. There are a few markings, again, in a script that you do not understand.
The same language as the one Bofford could kind of understand.
The runes certainly look similar.
So I'll pass to Bofford and ask if he could try and decipher those annotations as well.
Bothrid sort of looks and turns the map, and can I get him to make an intelligence check? With a 5, he looks at it and goes, we'll need to sit and study, not use the reading.
Okay, well, you keep hold of them, Bofford, and then maybe it'll come to you in time. We'll continue our investigation, I think. Are the statues of any race or person in particular?
So the one that is stood is of a humanoid figure in full armour, furred cloak billows down, sort of a furred hood, furry boots, and there is just a broadsword pointed down.
Can I go to both entrances and see if I can feel any sort of breeze, hot or cold or anything?
You can bear with me just a sec, because I could
Roll
do
for
with
it if I
having
need
the
to.
bigger map open. You will do in just a sec. I need you to make 2 perception checks.
I'll do the first one for the corridor at the bottom, south.
Yep.
That is 7. And the other carved
You
out
feel no
one.
breeze.
8. Bloody hell, they were rubbish.
You perceive nothing.
Yeah, right.
Can I touch the statue with my mage hand? Having
cast
last time I
mage
touched a
hand, reach
statue, I
forward.
got twatted, didn't I? So I want to touch it from afar.
We're afraid of doors, statues,
reach.
and anything else that's inanimate.
You reach forward with mage hand, and your mage hand just almost passes through.
Okay.
There's no resistance in such. There's nothing that happens. The mage hand is just. You've not asked it to grab, so the magic just dissipates over it.
Anyone got an idea of which way? Do we go... Can we get through the corridor that's had a statue broken over it?
You would have to shift some of the rubble, but yes, it is passable.
Shall we go the other way to avoid making much noise, guys? I presume that these other guys have not gone down this way. So,
Yeah.
either there's nothing down here, our quarry is gone the other way down the carved route, and we'll meet a lot of baddies, or we could find something cool they haven't found if we do go the way that's blocked. Or we'll just waste our time and everyone will hear us moving rocks.
Yeah, I think we go the way to be as silent as possible.
You know me, I'm twinkle toes.
Because I think moving the rocks will potentially create more noise than we need to.
Alright. Gary, what do you think? Yeah, it's good. I like that.
Kill them all. Okay.
Eric is
It's
somewhat
diff-
troubled.
I was about to say, it's difficult to ask when the DM's got to decide how much information to give away.
Yeah.
I was like, that's just mean, but trying to still include him. Alright, let's go down the carve route.
Is there, other than the braziers, is there light coming from any of the tunnels?
No, but you do see that the firelight seems to glisten off the walls, as now as you look at the walls you can see a thin layer of ice that encompasses the walls.
And you said it was colder down here? I can't remember.
Yup.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Do I want to scout ahead? Then again, if I go invisible and scout ahead, I'm only going to go so far before the light runs out, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
So we might
Now,
as
if
well.
you want, if you want to take my lantern, then you'd be able to open it up, give a bit of light every now and then move on. Unfortunately, you could be sprung up upon unless I come with you holding your shoulder, and then we won't get sprung upon. In that case, we might as well all go together.
Yeah. The first rule of horror movies is you don't split up. So I don't think we should split up.
Nothing's ever gone wrong with splitting up the party.
It doesn't work on Scooby-Doo, so I don't think it'll work here.
Ruh-roh.
Scooby-Doo being thieves' camp for some scroll you read once.
Yes, yeah. Like a medieval comic that was in the newspaper.
A young bard and his wolf
Yes.
who ate a lot.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So we're making our way east.
Yeah, make our way east. Bothrid, if you can go ahead again so that you can see. And
Yep. So Bothrid shall make his way east. And again, for the sake of brevity, you make your way across and you enter a cavern which opens out. And on the cavern floor there are, or Bothrid describes to you the fact that there are a number of bones, some old weeds, what looks like an old pickaxe, and again there is ice and snow on the walls, but he sees no way out.
is there anyone in here? I say to Bothrid, quietly.
There is a skeleton on the floor.
I now go in. I'll go in front of Bothrid, and I will open up the front door to the lantern, so that it's like a torch beam pointing forwards, and I'll just sort of scan the room.
You now do see. You see the skeleton laid in the corner of the room. Some vines. You see the broken pickaxe, which is just here. And then there is a rumble in the floor.
Anyone else feel
The
that
floor
noise?
begins to shift. What did you do? The floor begins to shift, and out shoots a skeletal hand. A huge skeletal hand.
Oh, fuck.
Another one shoots out. And this massive, it is a skeleton of a giant of some sort, with this sort of horned, helmeted head on it, stands up.
I'll tell the party, mainly Bothrid, retreat into the corridor.
And as it stands, it fills the cabin.
Fucking hell.
Nice.
And there is
FG
a
for
roar.
Frost Giant by any chance?
Fuck off, giant. That's what it is.
Yeah. Fucking ginormous. Is what that stands for.
Yeah, that's the one. Add to the badger.
And as it comes out, as Bothrid is now technically within melee range, we are going to roll initiative.
Hey!
Yay.
We're literally 3 seconds into the cave. Oh, bugger.
So Kirik got 18.
Sorry, Kirik got 18.
Kirik got 18.
So did I.
Bothrid gets a 5. Bear with, we'll sort that in just a second. So Bothrid gets a 5. So just roll a d20 for me, mate.
Natural 20.
Yep, okay. He will be up first. What did he get under?
9.
9.
Luckily, I'm at the back
The
anyway.
order will be Dargon, Kirik, Ander, and Bothrid. So we're going to say, as Dargon has said, for you all to retreat, Ander and Kirik at this point are relatively safe, hidden back in the corridor. Bothrid turns to run, and with that, you see the giant bring up this huge great axe and swipes down towards Bothrid. That will be a natural 20
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit.
on my first attack roll of the night. That is a lot of damage.
Oh, is he next to me?
Say again?
Bothrid's next to me. Never mind.
Yes.
I can't do it. Ignore me.
You've not got that anymore, have you?
No,
That will be...
Oh, no, I can. Sorry, I can. I thought it was the wrong thing. Sorry. Bear with. It's protection, which I think is disadvantage on the roll. So I thought it was like a negative, thing to it, which wouldn't have worked on a natural 20. But
well, that works because that will be 16, which will no longer hit Bothrid.
Ooh!
As this great axe comes down, and seeing this Dargon, you literally just instinctively reach forward with your shield and manage to glance the blow off enough. It jars your arm, but you have just managed to sort of redirect this giant great axe off to the side. As we then go into the next round of Dargon, you're up first.
So I'll repeat what I say. Get back into the corridor. It'll bottleneck it. And I will.
So Bothrid did get there with that movement.
Cool. You can't pass anyone because it's only 5 feet wide, isn't it?
Well, you can, but it's difficult terrain. So you can pass through another square. It's just classed as difficult terrain, so you lose.
Yeah, plus he's a barbarian, so he's not going to
take
want
10 feet to move through them.
He's not going to want to get through, is he? Barbarian. Yeah, so I shall whack him. That changed a lot. Sorry, just having a look at this. Sacred Flame, please.
Okay.
Which is a Dex 12 save.
Gets 12 exactly, so does manage to just avoid that.
Let me just double check. Right, so he doesn't get anything if he succeeds, is that right? Yeah, saves.
I think so.
Fine, but because I have...
So somehow this huge, great, hulking creature just sort of slumps across to the side as your spell just hits the wall behind it.
As it's a cantrip, I can have one more weapon attack as a bonus action. So I shall do that, and I shall use Warhammer of Warning. So that will be a 16 to hit.
Where am I? Yep, that'll hit.
So that's 1d8 plus 5. Fuck, that's a 1.
1d8 or 1d10?
1d8 because I'm holding it one-handed. It's got my
Okay.
shield out. Yeah, so that's 6 points of damage.
Okay. Type of damage?
Bludgeoning.
So as you smack it with the warhammer, there is a resistance. You're not doing quite as much damage as you would have liked.
Oh.
Even though it's a... Is it a magical weapon? No, it's not, is it? It's not.
Well, it is a magical weapon.
Is it? Oh, well, yeah.
Yep.
But it's not a +1, as in...
No, he didn't.
Okay, yeah. I shall
It has
then
magic in it.
use... my action surge. Yes, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So I shall do it again because I don't really give a crap. So that is 2 attacks per action this time. That'll be a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
Can I do Booming Blade on the second one? Or no, because it's an action surge? No, I can do that, can No, I can't do that.
Can you do?
No. I should have been able to do that on the first one, and then it'd be only one hit. So, because I said I was going to do 2 hits, I'm only doing 1. So anyway, that is 26 to hit.
And that second one will hit.
So I shall do 8 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
And again, as you strike, there is a strength to this creature, which means you are not doing as much damage as you would like.
I move 1 square to my left on that map, so I'm next to Bothrid. In staying in melee range, I'm guessing, with the size of that bloody
thing. You are
thing.
well within melee range, yep.
Yep, fine. Ander and Kirik, have they been able to see it, or are they still around the corner?
Ander and Kirik can't see anything. They've just heard this sort of...
There's a
the swinging of...
massive giant skeleton here, guys. Bloody well, massive. I would suggest getting back.
When you say skeleton, there is a glimmer in Kirik's eyes. And that's your go, isn't it?
Yep.
So Kirik is going to use 10, 25 to sort of squeeze against this wall, and now using his dark vision he can see, and he is then going to bum, 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 bum. When I find the right one. Oh God, there is so much on his character sheet. It's ridiculous.
So I was really annoyed that Sacred Flame didn't actually do anything because it was radiant damage, and I was like, oh, I hope that works. That didn't work. So I better start looking at other spells that I can use, because I'm getting the impression this is going to do heck all.
So Kirik runs up, grabs his holy symbol, and whispers a small prayer, and then reaches out with his hand, and there is just a wave of energy that comes out from him. The creature must make a wisdom saving throw. It's a 9 on. Up to Kirik. So spell DC, save DC. Yeah, it's going to fail that. So as this wave hits the giant, it turns.
Holy crap.
And begins to try to start scrabbling away. As Kirik then says, "We have only but a minute. Either kill it, or let's get out of here."
Will it... Whatever you've just done to it, will it break if we hit it?
Not your go, I'm afraid. And
I was going to do something, but now it's running away. So it's running away, trying to escape.
it is sort of clawing now at the...
Does it mean
edges.
I'll get a sneak attack opportunity on it?
I'm still within its melee range.
Yeah, it's technically engaged.
So I will... I can't really get my bow out, so I'll do something a bit silly. So I will sneak attack it with both my rapiers drawn. I'll say nair and light the flame on my flame tone rapier, and I will come at this motherfucker. I will go Yeah, I'll go flame tongue rapier first.
Okay.
With a 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Nice. So that is 11 piercing damage. 8 fire damage.
So 11 piercing damage.
And 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage.
And then
and you, as you cut him with the rapier, feel the rapier sort of cut into the bone, and the flame just sort of licks around the bone. As far as you're considered, that does full damage.
Nice. And then Dragon Slayer rapier. I should have bought that Giant Slayer weapon from Mephisto, but it's alright. 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
So I don't add the modifier for this one. So that's just 6 piercing damage. And then sneak attack time with an additional 11 damage.
10, 25 feet of movement to get you there as well. So that was, say how much damage, sorry?
11 points of sneak attack damage.
11 points of sneak attack damage. As you do just sort of cut in, and you do splinter one of the bones as you cut into it.
Did you get my Dragon Slayer rapier piercing damage as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And then I will use cunning action to disengage back towards the mouth of the entrance, away from the creature.
Okay, so that allows you to move your movement speed again, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'll basically just be between like Kirik and Bothrid, really.
Yeah. So, well, you can go back to there, 25 feet.
Yeah, that'll do.
Cool. There's Bothrid. Then, seeing you all not running but fighting, looks briefly at Dargon, and then takes out his vicious great club, rages with a bonus action, and is going to 10 feet 15, and is going to attempt to smack this creature twice. So that is a 19, a 12, so one hits, and he hits with 11 points of damage, but he too, as he goes to strike, ends up, the bones are just too strong, doesn't do as much damage as he would have liked, and that only fuels the rage within him. You can see his eyes just wide and wild as this great club is flying around. The skeleton, as it's now on its turn, still tries to scrabble away, and realising it can't get through the walls, then turns and sort of holds its great axe close. It is going to use the dodge action, because that's the only thing it can do now for the next minute. So all attacks will be at disadvantage. Dargon.
Interesting.
Okay. Which is probably not going to work. I'll do Guiding Bolt. First level. Disadvantage. Well, it was a natural 20. But that's a 16 to hit.
Bear with me just a second. Any attack roll made you?
It is an attack roll for this one.
Any attack roll, yep. So,
Yeah.
So that was a what to hit? Sorry.
16.
16 will still hit.
Cool. So one of them. I'll just do that twice actually. So that is. That's 17 points of radiant damage.
Cool.
And
As you
there is
shoot
now
your hand
advantage.
forward, the brand on your chest glows, carry on. Hang on just a second. The brand in your chest glows, and this golden fire just envelops the skeleton around briefly, and you can see sort of the bones begin to darken, and in some places some bits of ash begin to fall off. This creature is now not looking great.
There's advantage on the next roll.
Guiding bolt gives next roll. Yep.
So that's it.
Cool. Kirik.
That would just cancel out any negative disadvantage, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Kirik is then going to... He's going to point towards the creature, and you hear this boom as he casts Toll the Dead. That will be a wisdom saving throw. Not effective. Direction. Motherfucker. That was a 16. Which I think is the DC.
I was just... I can't decide which one Matt was on then. I was like...
That is insane. So the creature just almost shrugs off that sound and ignores it, shakes its head a bit. Right then, Kirik, what bonus actions have you got?
I'm pissed to use my action save now.
Then going to... Who's looking worse for wear? Anders not great, is he?
I'm alright, I'm on 74.
You're all alright.
I know, because it would have been Bothrid, but the natural 20 got denied, didn't it? So, instead, Kirik will not do anything, and we will move to Ander.
So, seeing it sort of dodge or try and parry all of the movements and the previous attacks, I am going to cast Hold Person, which is a second level spell. So essentially, a humanoid within range, so at 60 feet, must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, and it's a wisdom 13, or they become paralysed. It's a concentration spell for a minute.
Don't think this can be classed as a humanoid.
No, it's a large creature.
It is a huge creature.
Sorry, huge.
Even though it's
I
in
think
the
a
shape of a
humanoid
pig.
is strictly... Yeah, I think a humanoid is strictly medium. Bear with me
So,
while I double check this.
I think that is right.
because in my head, a humanoid is anything that's human shaped, no matter the size of it. So a dwarf is a humanoid, even though it's small. A gnome is a humanoid.
It's very true. I just think that...
Okay, so with 5e, giants are not classified as humanoids, they are classed as giants.
You bastard. Well,
So a humanoid is a type of creature, a giant is a type of creature.
so in theory, I've tried to cast it anyway, and it just fails then, doesn't it?
I will let you, because you weren't aware of that bit of knowledge, that was a rule check on my part, I will let you change that if you don't want to do that action now.
Alright, I'll definitely take you up on that offer. So I will... Seeing how well my sword worked first time round, I'm just going to have to fucking go in for it. And...
Okay, so that'll be 5,
I will...
15, 25, that'll take you 30 feet of movement to get to there.
And can I get it from there?
Yep.
And
This thing is 15
I
feet
will...
by 15 feet.
Oh, fucking hell. And... Oh, no. Yeah, I will use one of my lucky points,
Nice.
so I can roll an additional d20 on the attack, just in case. So
It's
I will go
engaged anyway,
with,
so you'd still get your sneak attack damage.
but with the dodging thing, Does that negate the advantage I'd have? So with my lucky
now,
point,
if you're using luck, it's not advantage. It gives you
no,
another roll.
an extra
if your
D20.
first one is shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't get sneak attack. Or I don't need. I don't need advantage.
You get sneak
if it's
attack
engaged,
because the creature is engaged. You need to roll at disadvantage, and if that is shite, you can use a lucky point to roll again.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going Flame Tongue Rapier first. 21 to hit.
Will hit.
With a 11 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
And 6 points of fire damage.
And I'll say at this point, you do manage to take out the back part of one of the leg bones. And sort of the thin. I always forget this because my anatomy is shite as it's about as good as my maths, to be honest. The smaller of the leg bones, the thinner of the leg bones, just snaps.
Seeing that, then I will continue to hack away at that same leg to try and bring him down to one knee. So I'll swing with my other of the rapier now. Ooh, that one's a 15.
Disadvantage. 15 will hit.
Okay, let me roll that again for disadvantage. 12, even worse.
12 will not hit.
No.
But roll
that second one does.
well.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Thank you. Fucking hell, 4 ones. How about that for a bag of shit? So 4 sneak attack damage. Woohoo!
That initial strike with the flame tongue rapier shatters the bone and just catches the next bit of the bone as well. Bothrid,
and then
while raging,
cunning action and get out of there again. I will go back to where I was. To get out of the way, please. Disengage.
Get back to there.
Thank you.
15, 30 feet of movement. So Bothrid, having felt that his great club did not do what he wanted it to, is going to place that down. He's going to take out the double-bladed quarterstaff made from the Chimera's ram's horn, as he is all Chimeraed up at this point, and he is going to roll to hit with it once. Teetered on the 17, so that'll be 15 still hits. So it takes 10 points of slashing damage. And then, as he gets 2 attacks per action, he's going to spin it around and go again, having already used his bonus action.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you get bonus action with that weapon anyway. Yeah.
And that was a 2 for a 10. So the second one just slices past. But the creature is wavering at this point. As we then bonus actions, you're raging. Can't do anything else. The giant is still impacted by turn undead, so it's just going to continue to take the dodge action. Dargon, over to you. You've negated all the fucking giant's abilities with turn undead.
You did it.
I know I did it, but it's Kirik, and it's what Kirik would have done. And you are muted, Dave.
Hold person would have been awesome if
exactly what he would have done.
I know my players. Kirik would have exactly walked in there, gone, "This is my shit. Turn undead."
Yeah. I'm going to try Sacred Flame again.
Nice.
Dex 12.
Dex 12, so it gets advantage on dexterity saving throws when it takes the dodge
What?
action.
Uh-oh. I did not know that.
It rolled a 3 and a 6.
Yay! Woohoo!
As I say, his legs partially battered in.
13 points of radiant damage.
As you cast this forward and this golden fire just envelops the giant, it rages more than it usually would, and there's this flash of radiant energy. As all you now see on the floor are rags of armour, a horned helmet, and ash just littering the floor. Yeah.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
with that, we shall take a short bathroom break.
Good call.
And welcome back. So you have felled the giant of some sort. With the lantern still lit and that torchlight sort of beaming out, there is little else in this cavern. You can see the sort of the scratch marks on the wall where the giant tried to claw out and then turned to face you.
Alright. Well, I wasn't expecting that.
I think we handled that better than I thought we was going to be honest.
Yeah.
Thanks for a
What's that?
moment. I think we should be on our guard. This place seems to hold more surprises than we first thought.
Yeah. Was not expecting that.
To that end,
No.
Kirik, I think you should lead the way back to the other opening, and I think we may. Well, people may already know we're here now from that creature's bellowing, but I think we may need to move those rocks after all and head south.
You can see in the dark, can you, Kirik?
I can. The light from the fires, however, is lighting most of the corridor, so we can at least see the way we need to go.
Very true.
Yeah, I just didn't want to go first.
If I stick close behind you,
I'll go
Kirik, then hopefully we can both use our shield if we need to.
Or maybe we want a shield at the front and a shield at the back.
Oh yeah, it's just Kirik needs to look in front, so he's going first.
Blothry then looks at you, Undead, having settled down from his rage. We'll look after your back. And he pats you on the back.
Love you, Bufford.
You too. Kirik then makes his way into the room, and you all filter in again.
You start
And the
moving
room
rocks.
gets that little bit warmer. Say again?
Just start moving the rubble, the statue out of the way.
Okay, and it probably takes you a good 15-20 minutes to remove enough rubble to then be able to sort of crawl your way across. That will be difficult terrain for that 5 feet of movement, should we say, but you will manage to get across that if you then choose to go south.
Yep.
Who's leading the way this time?
So, Kirik, which one do you want to go? Do you want to go first, or do you want to go behind me, looking over my shoulder, telling me what's in front of me? I've got my lantern, by the way, and I've closed it off again, but it's still lit inside.
I think perhaps let's just use the lantern and light the way.
Fuck it, let's do that. I'll open one so it's pointing forwards, not lighting sort of me. Shall hold it lower, so that it doesn't look like a massive creature holding it, and I shall go first.
So, with that, are you putting your shield or your warhammer away? With the
So
lantern?
put my warhammer away and hold the lantern.
And hold the lantern, so you take the
But I
lantern off
believe
your
that I
belt and
still
sort of
get the
now hold
advantage from the
lantern.
warhammer because I have it on my person. Is that correct?
Yes. What I will say is it will shoot into your hand.
It will anyway. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. So I shall drop said lantern when I need to.
Dropped.
Yes, cool.
So you begin to make your way south. And for the sake of this, I'm just going to move the map, and then I'll move. Oh no, I will move you guys so we can keep zoomed in, so we don't reveal all.
I can.
That's not necessarily in marching order. You come to a T-junction. The stone corridor itself sort of does continue left and right, but you do then see, as you shine the lantern to your left, that it again goes off into a mined corridor, but that mined corridor is certainly not just a couple of days old.
I tell everyone what I see. Do we want to try our luck with
Make
the
a perception check as well.
It's not bad. 18.
You hear the sound of rushing water coming from your left.
Do we want to try our luck again with the mined out one, or continue on the stone path? I can hear something from my left. You did say from the left, didn't you?
Yes,
from
the mined path.
Yes, from the mined path. I can hear
What
something.
do you hear, Dagon?
I know, water. Rushing water. I'll be an underground river or something. Or someone's taking a massive piss.
So, I mean, it'd be good to see what the underground water source is.
Yeah.
It could be a fountain of youth for all we know, but
You want
I
to
think
throw another
that'll
dead
also
body
be-
in it?
yeah, kind of. But I also think that that might not be where the people are digging as well, so that might be the safest way to go in terms of not being ambushed by people, probably. So yeah, I concur.
Cool. Let's go left. We shall go left.
Okay, so you make your way towards the sound of rushing water.
Yep. I'm being attacked by a tabaxi here. It's ridiculous.
As you enter this cavern is a lot smaller, and you can only get so far in. And Dargon, as you get in, you are greeted first with a dead, frozen body, and then there is a waterfall and a pool of water which just seems to collect before it drains away. So the water is not filling up, it is obviously regularly draining away as this waterfall, I say waterfall, is water pouring from a crack in the, a rather large crack in the roof of this particular cavern.
Kirik, dead body here. Do you want to do anything?
Well, I can't get to it, so I suggest you have a look.
Alright. I shall check the body for possibly how it died and if there's anything on it.
Okay, so first make me a, I'll say a medicine check. Is there a medicine check? Yeah, medicine check, please.
13.
You see no wounds, but the body itself is frozen. Make of that what you will.
Yeah. Looks like they froze to death with all this water around. I bet they just got wet and died.
What does the body look
And now
like,
make
Dagon?
me a.
What does the body look like?
And I'll try and
I
shuffle
was
my
gonna say
way
make me an
between.
investigation check anyway.
I'll try and shuffle my way
I will
to the
say
front.
you.
That's another 13.
You shuffle to there. You can't really get past Bothrid. You and Bothrid sort of try and squeeze together. So Bothrid squeezes to out here, and you are very tightly packed at this point.
That's what she said.
With a 13, the figure is humanoid, with the skin having gone sort of greyish white anyway from being frozen. You don't see any tusks to indicate an orc or half orc, sorry. Could be human. You can't move the hair because it is frozen in place, so you can't look at the ears to see if it'd be elven. But it is a humanoid of some sort.
Male or female, can we tell?
Female.
Alright.
You can see the hint of a bust.
Wearing what sort of
features.
clothes? As in, are they down here? Are they fighting? Are they? Does it look like it might be that they just found their way down here, or they were here for a purpose?
So they wear simple robes.
Would I
They
surmise?
are not black. They do not have the symbol of a white claw on them.
Okay.
There is also a pack lent against the rocks, or the edge of the cavern next to.
Can I investigate it before picking it up?
You can, as you open... Oh, sorry, you don't want to open, you just want to investigate it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it first. I wouldn't say that Dargon's looking for traps. I wouldn't really necessarily do that in a place like this. Doesn't really know what to look for. It's
But
just
he's looking for traps.
kind of.
Make me a perception check, please.
12.
You sense no traps.
Alright, picks it up gingerly, waiting for the bang.
So as you pick it up, it's fairly weighty.
Look inside.
As you open it up, you find 40 gold pieces,
Cool. Yoink.
11 silver pieces, a small piece of crystal, a pair of gloves, and a wine bottle.
Is there anything in the wine bottle? Is it frozen?
As you shake it, it is indeed frozen.
Alright.
I now need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Fucking magic.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, Jesus. 12.
11.
So 11, 16 for Kirik, and an unnatural 20 for Bothrid. So Dargon and Ander, you both take... Not that one, that one. 4 points of cold damage as the water sort of sprays into your face. Dargon, you take no cold damage whatsoever.
Nope.
Because I think you are resistant or immune to it.
Immune. I'm both.
But Andy, you will take 4 points of cold damage, and as that spray hits your face, it almost just eats into your very core, and you just feel this wave of cold wash over you, and you shiver slightly.
Okay, does that,
Okay.
even though I'm immune to it, because obviously the armour, I'm then resistant as a Goliath, would I have noticed that being unnatural? Or is it just fucking cold down here?
Make me an Arcana check, please.
Okay. 16.
Bear with me. Ignore that message. With a 16, yes, you would. You've been sprayed in the face by water on icy mountains before, and it's never tried to have that sort of effect.
So I tell everyone to get back. I think I might know how this person died. Now get back. That waterfall is not natural. Andy, you get splashed by that a bit.
Yeah. It really was the coldest cold I've ever felt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually pretty good in the cold, but that didn't feel right. Let's get back and away from that. So I will start pushing the other guys back.
Yeah. So everybody attempts to make their way back. So Kirik goes all the way up to the crossroads. Like a member of Blazing Squad.
That's going to mean nothing to 75% of our viewership.
That's going to mean nothing for like 90% of our viewers, mate. 75%.
Google Blazing Squad Crossroads. We'll wait.
Okay, so where are we going?
Head the other way.
I vote we do not go down any old dug tunnels. They do not seem to be going very well.
Well, let's find out. Let's see what the next brings us.
Press on, Kirik.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Kirik
if
does
you're happy
press
to.
on, maintaining this order. Oh. Let's not have spiders out. As you then follow the stone corridor and come to another sort of open room. Again, the wall was encased in ice. In one corner of the room, a broken cabinet lies open.
Can I see what's inside the cabinet?
Make
Or do I
an
need to
investigation check,
move
please?
any broken pieces? Okay. Get in. 21.
There is
Nice.
nothing in the cabinet.
Bollocks.
Oh. Great roll. Fuck all to see. Okay.
That's it. Only good roll. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay. Is it lit down here now still, or is it dark now?
Only by the light of Dargon's lantern.
Oh, that's still pointing, okay.
But with the icy wall sort of reflecting the light off, there is enough light for you to see down here.
Okay.
Noticing that, will then... Shall I go first with the lantern? And I will go
I
first.
think it best.
Okay, so Dargon now makes his way around and comes face to face with a solid stone door.
Well, crew, as far as we're going to get. There's a door. We might as well turn back. Head home.
Oh, we're shafted, that's it.
Yeah, we're out.
Don't
All right. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Eric's not here to solve the problem, so we might as well go home.
That's it, plotline done. We're
That's
just
it.
fucking
We're
off
done.
home.
Yeah, we're good. All right. See you later, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Back to the Malt Master Skill, couldn't figure it out. Found the door.
You'll have to send someone else.
Oh, the little brass key.
Oh, hang on. I shall point the lantern as close as I can, sort of around, and see if I can find a lock for the key.
So as you look around, you do see a lock.
Cool. I was going to be so tempted to go, cool, and Dargon kicks the door in. No.
Well, to be fair, you've got to try and do a tiny key with your massive thumbs.
Yeah, I'm like... Yeah, I pull the key out and I shall give it a whirl.
As you put this tiny brass key in, you almost lose the key in the lock, as it is far too big for this tiny brass key. I'm going to say make me a dexterity saving throw to save that key.
traps on the floor. Let's try another one.
So a normal size lock and a really, really tiny key, or a giant lock and a small key?
That's
It is a... Let's just figure
14.
This out. Hang on. 14. You just managed to snag the tiny brass key and pull it back out. This brass key is very, very, very small.
Okay.
Probably
Yeah,
about a couple of centimetres.
It's not that one.
Would you
I also
like me to try and...
push the door to see if it's open.
Yeah, it's always a good... Yeah.
As you push the door, it does not open.
Should I try and pick the lock?
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, we know what we can do.
Smash it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Dargan takes a
I
step
will-
back and
Hold up.
squeezes forward.
Excuse me, Mark. Yeah, watch it. That's me, Chode. Would you get out? No,
And-
get out.
And I will scoot
I
past...
love how you
cock,
called it a
cock
chode.
first.
That is now canon.
Yeah. Yeah. So before I try and pick it, do I perceive it as a normal lock, or is it some sort of devious lock that's going to cause me a mischief?
What are you trying to check for? Traps?
Yes.
Make me a perception check, please. Because I don't believe you have the ability to check for traps.
It'd be really funny if we said, yeah, yeah. See if we can find that bronze key in it. That 20, nice.
Natural 20.
So 23
You
altogether.
detect no
I couldn't get that.
any traps.
Again, seriously good rolls on all the stuff when it's all fine.
I will pick the shit out of that lock then, please.
Okay, I'm gonna say make me a dexterity check and add your proficiency bonus. In fact, no, fuck that. Make me a sleight of hand check. Add your proficiency bonus.
Sleight of hand amethyst shit. Ooh, 27.
Oh, damn.
27, yeah, you literally, having now spent time practicing, you just like, yep, seen this before, chink, and as you do, there is just sort of the sound of as the stone door slightly opens with the lock now disengaged.
Beautiful.
Oh, could you push this dagon? It looks pretty heavy.
Yeah. Assuming that Anders still knelt
again,
down, I
you
just
squeeze
lean
past each
over
other?
and just... Well, no, if he's knelt down, I just lean over and just push it open.
Okay, you do, and it's just a... And the corridor continues on.
That was the best door ever, that one.
Yeah. We're now champions of the bloody thing.
I'll put that on my LinkedIn page, that Under Eyes that Matt talked about at the beginning.
Spark of purple lightning just flies out of the
Yeah.
wall and strikes Anna directly in the chest. And Anna is no more.
Power word kill. Oh man. Do I see anything in the corridor ahead with said lantern?
That is as far as you see.
Kill. Keep moving.
Okay.
Obviously, the rest of us follow
Moving over
dagon.
there. Yep.
And I'll say quietly,
The two people with dark vision bringing up the rear.
ironic.
And you are greeted by a wooden door.
I will crawl through Dagon's legs and look up at him and say, "Would you like me to do the honours?"
It's
If
a
you
strange
will.
feeling. Because Dargon actually, Dargon, Ander sort of crawls underneath and then looks up. Chode just sort of here.
Oh, has he got a kilt on? Oh, fucking hell. I've seen his
Yeah.
dingleberries.
He's been wearing a fucking kilt this entire time.
I question every decision I've ever made.
While you're down there, my dear.
Okay. What are you wanting to do with this door, Anda?
Well, you can tell Dargon's resistant to cold damage because his nads aren't shriveled. They were hanging quite low and fruitful, so that's one thing. That's an image I'll take to my grave.
Oh, it's gone there. I love it.
So I will, feeling very confident from the first door, I will just go straight ahead and pick the second one.
Okay, as you go to pick the lock on this door, you place pressure on the door and it just opens up.
Probably should have done that first. That's how good I am at picking locks. Didn't even have to move my hands.
I'd like to tease you with the doors tonight.
You know there
What
are
are you wishing to
nemesis.
do?
She'll walk in.
Okay. As you step in, and I'm just going to say, bear with me just a second.
Roll
Dave.
initiative.
Yeah, but I'll do that for a second. Oh man.
12 frost giants.
I'm mute.
I'm not that mean.
Not that
11
many,
frost
so
giants.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. Oh dearie, dearie me. Really thought that the trying to get them into a corridor beforehand was going to do a good job. And I was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot about the fact that, you know, it's that massive, it's not going to be able to follow us, and fuck it, we might as well just kill it.
Yeah.
So.
What are you drinking, Dave?
An unnamed blended whiskey, so I'm not going to tell you. So.
Rum or whiskey?
Yeah, need to get a few more single malts in. I've just haven't had the time recently, so grab this.
Are you
one.
drinking a famous
Very
grouse?
tempted.
Oh no, not famous grouse. No. It's like a it's an oldie version. It's really nice, but it's blended. So I'm like, nah.
Hey, one of my favourite ones is Bushmills, and that's just a
Well,
blend
it is
of
very
Irish
nice.
whiskey.
It is very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, there's a difference between an Irish whiskey blend and a shit blend.
yeah. This is a very nice oak barreled
Fucking
blended
bells.
whiskey, which is nice. But no, it is. I've not had Bell's or famous grouse for many years.
Not on purpose, anyway.
Yeah, not without
You
me
know, I
knowing
remember
it
that
anyway.
bottle of bells I had at uni, Danny, that we literally had to mix with everything going to get rid of it.
It was awful, yeah. It's god awful.
It was awful.
Oh, it's petrol. I mean, you know, you might as well, you know, put an octane label on the side.
Cool. There's a story for another time, anyway.
There it is.
So, as you step forward through this door and the lantern light sort of floods, it opens out into, from what you can see, this corridor is this room is very, very large. There is a faint glimmer of light somewhere ahead of you. And as you then move in, Dargon sort of steps forward to about here. Wherever, just put my pen. There it is. So the light begins to shine. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yep, I think we can get rid of all this now.
Go. I've opened up all the sides now, so that it's not just a torchlight at the front. It's all opened up.
Okay, so you do properly flood this chamber, and you're greeted, as I drop this down there, another small campsite. And
us coming
as
through.
you step forward, you see not sat, but laid next to the campfire. No, you can't see that. That was a very poor colour to choose. Two of the black-robed or black leather armour figures and the white masks just laid, sleeping.
They haven't seen it.
They are sleeping. Okay. So and us coming through
They are
didn't
sleeping.
wake them up. Right.
I will stay perfectly still. Actually, will it make a noise, me closing the lantern?
Potentially.
I stay perfectly still. Waiting for someone else to do something.
Do you want me to kill them in their sleep?
And I whisper, I'd prefer to know if there's other people here.
Okay. So leave one of them alive? Or while they're asleep then, should I just... Obviously I'm whispering this, but I'm saying it loud so you can hear. Should I see if there's anybody else in the tents then?
I would like to know if there's anyone else in here. So check the tents.
I will go and check the green tent first then, Matt, but I am obviously being sneaky stealth.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
$25.
Ooh, damn.
So as you sneak up to the first tent, you see there are 4 individuals in here. Also asleep.
And the other tent, please.
Make me another stealth check to get past the fire.
I can. 24.
Oh.
You do manage to dart across and peep your head in. And you see another 4 individuals.
So I'll point to each tent and hold up the number 4 to Dargon.
I shall call him back with
So,
a symbol. Just
10. So I'll sneak back to Dargon.
Is there?
I will say with the firelight as well, you do manage to see a little bit more of this room, and there are 4 huge, great marble pillars in the centre of this room, in the centre of this chamber, floor to ceiling. The ceiling is a good 50 feet high, as you have been slowly descending down.
Any ideas?
You want me to kill them now? I could set fire to the tents while they sleep and kill the other 2.
I'll look over at Kirik. Shall we try and sneak past? Or shall we put them out of their misery?
Stealth would be better. Although we
And I look at Dargon.
some of us are not good at that. There is also the risk that they follow us where we go.
I agree. I just wanted to check. I think
Love
we
how
have...
Kirik has become the voice of reason and we're really missing him tonight.
Yeah, we really are. Yeah. I think we're going to have to sneak up on them and take them out
Everybody
before
make me
they're
a perception check, please.
Oh. Perception. 15.
7.
Okay. Bothrid, where the is perception? There it is. Yeah, Bothra got a 19. Kirik gets, with a +5, 6.
Whee!
Natural one. So everybody but Kirik hears the sound of muffled voices coming from the north.
Is there an opening
And then
at the north then?
Yeah, there is.
You hear the of a door.
Get back in the...
Not that you see them.
Yeah, but we'll call everyone back into the corridor.
I ignore Dargon and just instantly put my hood up and go invisible again.
Well, there is that.
As my quickest reaction.
So, I'll say Bothrid, Kirik, because they've not got very far to travel. I'm going to say Dargon, make me a stealth check, please.
Yes. 17.
Nice.
17, so you do manage to quickly make your way back into the corridor.
As I do that, I do
just
close the lantern.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ching.
And I pop it in a bag of holding or something.
Okay. And what are you doing at this point then?
Just observing currently. But if I can, I'll move out of the way of the doorway and I'll just sort of hang by that closest pillar to me. Although I'm invisible, it still gives me sort of out of the way of people walking if there is to walk this way.
Yeah. So you just sort of hang around behind here, giving you partial cover. And you see two figures walking in hushed voices. Another one looking very similar to the one you fought outside that flew. Sort of furred robe, furred cloak, and orb hanging around its neck. Mask on. The second one wearing furred robe and furred cloak, but no orb. Not like the others that are laying down in just this leather armor with the white imprint. It is their cloaks that has the white symbol on it. And they step up to the fire and they are sort of trying not to wake their companions, but they sit next to the fire and sort of rub their hands against the fire, or near the fire, and they are talking in very hushed tones, so that all you really get is a
I'm going to try and move closer to them so I can hear what they're saying.
Okay. I'm going to say roll me a stealth check with advantage. This is for noise only, really.
Stealth check, did you say?
I think you get advantage on stealth anyway, don't you?
Alright. So 19
So yeah, just
altogether.
roll stealth. 19. So you do manage to sort of silently step up closely. And as you now sort of hover nearby and you crouch down in your invisible form, you just hear this. It's taking too long. We need to get past this second level. The Master will not be impressed. We need more of these lackeys, these cultists. People who will blindly follow. Then we will be able to accomplish our goals. The other one then sits for a moment, and when we achieve those goals, what will she do? The companion turns to him. It is not for you to question what she will do. We have to trust in her. She carries it. She speaks to it. She she will guide us in the right way. And they both sort of sit and look at the fire and sort of, even with the cloaks on, rub their hands. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh. Oh, 8.
We'll take 5 points of cold damage. The temperature is still starting to get to you. And as you descend further, it is getting colder.
What to do? What to do? I will cast. I can't go out of the room because the door will lock. The door will open. They've stopped speaking. I'm tempted to cast sleep on one of them to make him fall asleep, and there's only one left who I can then take out. Potentially. But there's no one here to coat fabric, so I think I will. Or do I do something really fucking stupid? Five, 10, 15. I could move back to the door and just fucking lob a fireball into the middle of the room and take them all out. Just set the whole room on fire.
I kind of want to see you do it.
I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna sneak back. I'm gonna sneak back towards the entrance. This is gonna be a waste of a fireball, but it'll be great. So I'm gonna sneak back towards the entrance, and I'm gonna detach one of my lovely anal beads. And so it's a 20-foot sphere. So if I aim for the middle of the fire, so it'll be 5, 10, 15, 20. It should get everyone in the tent. If I aim for the actual fire...
Is it 20-foot radius or 20-foot sphere?
So when you look at the spell, it says 20-foot radius sphere centered on the point.
Yes, it will.
And that's got 150 foot range to throw.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you come down to here where you are now.
Yeah,
You
and I'm going to chuck it.
one of the orbs and you chuck it.
I do not have a fireball sound effect here.
Have you got a nuclear explosion?
I was about to say, the only thing I've got is like some sort of flame thing like this. That's it. I need some whopping explosion thing. Matt was not expecting that.
Bear with. Just gonna go check to see what I have and whether it will actually come through or not.
This is what happens when Anders not
Oh,
there.
I can get a load of stuff. Hang on a minute. Let's just skip back to that one. So
if he's going to get that. So as this orb lands, and I'm going to say you aim for the centre of the fire.
Yep.
You say 20-foot radius, yeah?
Yep. 20-foot circle. Or 20-foot sphere. 20-foot radius. 20-foot radius. 20-foot circle. 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 20-foot radius So it should hit everyone. And literally set fire to everything that is flammable. Be nice and warm anyway.
Wow.
I need, for the sake of this, everyone to roll initiative, please.
Or have advantage.
Oh, I rolled a 1 on initiative.
1.
Me too.
So what's that in total?
I got 5. 5.
But we've got 4. Kirik gets... Oh my god, he gets a 5.
This is going well.
Roll a d20 for me, Danny.
18.
Put me up to 6. Dargon.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you just pluck this orange orb off and just fling it towards the fire, it lands dead centre of the fire, and there is just this
Yeah, hang on.
huge great fireball that erupts.
There we go.
And everyone that is asleep, everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw anyway.
Yeah, got to beat 15.
And you automatically fail a dex if
Dex
you're
15.
asleep,
Everybody that's
unconscious.
asleep is going to do it at disadvantage.
It's a dex saving throw. I thought that's
They
unconscious,
should-
therefore you
they'd fail,
automatically
wouldn't they?
fail.
Conditioned.
Yeah, they automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws.
You basically can't jump out the way if you're asleep.
And attack rolls have advantage.
Bear with.
So I'm going to kill 10 of them straight off the bat, hopefully.
Okay. So the 2 that are up. So that will be a dex saving throw for him. For it. That was a natural 20. So DS saves.
Bastard.
DW saves with a 17.
So they'll just take half of what I'm about to roll.
The rest will all fail.
So 8d6 fire damage coming at you. 38 fire damage.
Okay.
The tents aren't
6 of
there
5.
anymore.
A 6 of 5, a 6 of 4, 4, 4. That's pretty good rolls.
Oh, that's some decent rolls. Well, you know, I think
So that's 38. 38 for anyone that failed, yeah.
And for anyone that failed, it'd be 19. I mean, sorry, for anyone that saved, it'd be 19. But yeah, 38 in total.
So there is this just ball of fire that immediately dissipates, and
There you go.
all of the figures that are in black armor, the tents, the campfire itself are just obliterated, and there is nothing left but ash. The figure on the map shown as DW takes a significant amount of damage, and there are just these oozing bloody burns all over its body. DS manages to sort of roll out the way and only catches the brunt of it, or sort of the edge of it. And they both then sort of jump to their feet, DW wincing as they do so, and draw scimitars. As we then go immediately into initiative order, and DS is going to look around, seeing
I'm
the
still
thing
invisible, right?
is
After
going
throwing
to.
it.
You cast something technically.
I think that's technically an action.
Yeah.
I need to look at your equipment. I think it's an attack or.
What was our initiative order, by the way?
So initiative order for the players is Dargon and Kirik Bothrid. Dakby. So checking your.
Yeah, the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So technically I attacked, so I'm not invisible anymore.
Cool.
Because it follows the
DS
rules of the
is
invisibility spell, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Back up to DS. Use a bonus action to raise 30 feet into the air. Oh, as I'm hitting the mic, it just
Nice.
raises that 30 feet up and flies. And is then going to grab its orb around its neck and reach out towards you. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, that's definitely going to hit you, or will definitely get you in its range. So that will be a 25 to hit.
Definitely.
As you then take 23 points of cold damage.
Can I uncanny dodge it?
It's a ranged spell attack, so yes.
So you said 23, so that's 12 instead.
Yes, that will be 12 points of damage.
Ooh.
As he then shouts down to his companion, "Get him!" And we are then over to Dargon.
Can I move 30 feet up into the room diagonally as close as I can to DS and DW, please?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 will get you to there.
Is either one of them 20 feet away from me?
DW.
Lovely. Bring out my blink hand axe, and I shall throw it at DW.
Okay.
For an unnatural 20 to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it.
Are the tents obliterated or are they on fire?
The tents are on fire, but like raging fire at this point.
Yeah.
So 10 points of damage, and I shall use my last Misty Step of the day to swoop to him.
Just blink over to there. And your hand is on the blink hand axe, which is embedded into this this guy's shoulder, not this person's shoulder. You being unable to see whether they're male or female based on the cloaks and the mask.
And
there is blood just pouring out of this wound. There are burns all over DW's body, barely standing at this point.
I used the hand axe again because that was one attack and a bonus action, so I can use my other attack. Yes.
Yeah. So you wrench the hand axe out.
But I don't know if I hit for an 11.
This is a melee attack as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter. So carry on my wayward. 11 does not hit. So even in its bloodied, burnt state, it just manages to sort of dodge out of the way as your hand axe just slices past.
So I have my shield and my hand axe, and I don't do a lot else.
Okay, and I'm just obliterated
So,
this camp.
so feeling pretty confident, I will whip my bow out, pull back, and the guy who is 30 feet in the air, I will aim an arrow for the orb around his neck to try and
hit, please.
Nice.
fingers crossed anyway. Oh! Do I need to take a picture of it? D&D Beyond give me a natural 20. So 28 to hit.
Whee!
Roll damage, please.
It does it every time we use the oath bow. So 13 points of piercing damage.
Well, double the dice and
double.
modifier.
That is double. D&D Beyond does it for you. So it's 2d8s plus 4.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's 13 damage as the arrow does just and it strikes into the orb. And the orb catches the arrow. So it is in the orb. The orb is not fully damaged or not fully dismantled. But I'm going to say because it caught the orb, creature itself takes no damage.
Ooh, damn.
Oh, that backfired.
No, that was going to be awesome. But if it exploded and killed him, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, I was just thinking, the last time it exploded, cold damage everywhere, wasn't it? So I was thinking...
Fair play, fair play. That was good.
I don't get the sneak attack because he's engaged with me technically. So, okay, that would be... No, I will then grant Bardic Inspiration to Dargon
Cheers.
as he is in the firing line. So that'll be 1d6 to use on any roll you want to in the next 10 minutes.
I shall put that
How are
to
you
one side.
granting that bardic inspiration?
With a little sort of bird whistle that I can't do in real life. That's it, like that. Yeah.
Dargon in the
And then all of a
strangest
sudden, loads
sense.
of ducks appear out of nowhere.
Where the fuck is that bird?
Cool. That did your
Elodie
go,
rocks
yeah?
up. Yeah.
Okay.
Kirik is going to kill them all.
So, DW is going to then try and hit Dargon twice with a scimitar.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. First is a natural 1, so you just catch that with the shield.
Mute.
Second one comes in. For 10.
I'm just laughing at him at this point.
So again, you catch it sort of from the shield twice.
That all you got.
That's it. Kirik is then going to step forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll put in there 30 from the line. Has he got 30 or 35? 30. So he's going to move to there. Is he going to use a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon?
Yes.
25, 30 there, and 30 feet up. We'll put it immediately in range of DS. So we will use orange. Well, we should really use black because it is. The dagger of the Raven Queen. So spells. weapon as a bonus action.
I literally would never pick
Can you cast a
cleric or wizard because there's too many fucking spells to think if I was just going to be able to do it. I'll be like, nope, I'm out.
Melee spell attack against creature affecting the weapon. So that will then be an immediate melee attack with the spiritual weapon for a natural 1. So it's going to miss. As DS just sort of floats away from it. That's the bonus action. And then going to that's not going to count. Too many fucking spells.
I really don't know how he does it.
This is why I spend like half the game just changing spells.
Yeah. I bet he's starting to regret it now. He's like, oh, fuck it.
I bet he actually dreads having a long rest because, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to do all my spells again.
Well, he doesn't have to do his spells again. He's just, he can.
Yeah. Kirik is then going to reach out towards...
Danny, what can I use the inspiration for? Is it attacks and saving throws?
Attack,
Yes.
saving, any check, really. Any ability check.
Cool. I think I've very rarely used it, if any, at all.
You got it for 10 minutes, so.
Yeah, so he's going to then 60 feet, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30 feet up. Again, you hear that dong. The bell tolls. Saving throw +4. There's a 7, so that's an 11. That's going to be a failure. So it takes 14 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh, yeah. Love Toll the Dead.
Cool. And then Bothrid is this time going to wild shape as a bonus action and is going to wild shape into a crag cat.
What is that?
Yeah. Bear with me. 10 by 10 foot. So Bothrid is going to
Whoa.
5, 10, 15. Dash out to there. Grow in
It's like a
size,
polar bear
it will
cat.
become larger. It is like an Arctic cat.
Nice.
So he's moved 5, 10 to get there, and then the movement speed of the crag cat is 40 feet, so he's got 30 feet left. So that will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to
Holy
get to there.
crap, he's now doing holy moly.
Yeah, so that's Bothrid's turn.
He's eating one of the mushrooms off Super Mario.
Growl.
Have you got the Thundercats roar?
Boom.
That's what we need. We need the Thundercats roar.
Yeah.
DS
Taxing
then,
my
having
SFX
seen-
library now.
Having seen this huge, great hulking cat, it's gonna grasp the arrow, snap it, pull it away from the orb, hold the orb, and it's once again going to reach out towards Bothrid this time with a ranged spell attack. Now, Bothrid in this form gets advantage on saving throws.
Nice.
A dex spell that targets only the cat.
And we are going to have to do this.
This is going to be quite fun if it works. So that will be a saving throw of... Oh, that's a ranged spell attack. What have we done again? Ah, no, so that doesn't count. Sorry, ignore me.
Oh, build a hope so.
That's annoyed me. It's a ranged spell attack. Bollocks. Oh well, never mind. That will be... 22 to hit. Will hit. What's that be then?
As Bothrid makes this noise.
That will be 35 points of damage to the cat.
Ooh, damn.
35 points of cold damage as well. So you can see this icy blast burst out, and Bothrid's form immediately shrinks back. As Bothrid then takes a single point of damage as it bleeds over to him. And there is that roar again. That pain in the backside. Dargon.
Is it what type of action, free, bonus, or action is it to swap weapons?
Bonus action.
Fuck it. Not going to do that. Booming blade with the hand axe I'm still holding. So I shall roll for that. .22 to hit.
Will hit.
12 points of slashing damage.
As you, with the hand axe, just take the head off of DW.
Cool, because it then also shoots up in the air because it has thunder damage. 2 points.
It's almost like one of the old bats with the balls on a string.
Yeah.
So just go dum, 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 dum.
That was my
Cool.
action. Because I used a cantrip, I can use it again. So
You have
the
a
guy
single weapon attack to use.
the guy above me is DS. He's 30 feet up.
But he's 30 feet above you.
So if I throw at disadvantage, because he's out of my usual melee range, yeah? So... oh, wow, that's interesting. So, what is it? It's just 14 to hit.
Will not hit.
No. Swings past.
So you throw it up and the hand axe sort of skitters off.
And then straight back to my hand.
And then blinks straight back to your hand. Cool.
That's my goal.
Well then, over to Ander.
I will loose another arrow and aim for his heart this time. After my original plan did not work. So that is
There is a huge great crack in this orb and a big hole in it. So
Oh, okay. It's a 14 to hit. It's a 14 to hit anyway.
what are you hitting?
Fuck it, let's go for the orb again.
Fire awake. Will hit the orb. Roll damage, please.
9 points of piercing damage.
As this arrow strikes, the orb itself shatters, and there is just this explosion of cold energy, and Dargon being the only one in range. Doesn't affect you because you're immune to cold anyway. However,
it's almost as if I thought it through.
DS has resistance to cold, and that will be.
What a cunt.
I should have done this one before as well.
6.
I'm really shit at these sound effects. I'll get used to it. It'll be fine.
We'll have it in post.
13 points of cold damage. As you see the icy blast sort of hit everyone.
Does it put out any of the fire? That, of course.
You've already put that out.
Dampens it a little bit.
I thought the fireball blew that to smithereens.
The tents are on fire though, aren't they? And then I will
dampens
use my
the fire a little bit,
Yeah.
and then I will use my cunning action to hide behind the pillar.
Nice.
Cool. You hide up behind there. Would you like to go to there actually, so you can peek around the corner?
Aye.
Way out,
Cool.
man.
Kirik is then going to use his bonus action to have his spiritual weapon attack.
Oof.
Oosh. Spiritual weapon. His bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon and repeat your attack against a creature within 5 feet of it, so it's not moved. And so that will be. +8 to hit. Oh, really? It was on 14 and then rolled over a 12, so it misses as the DS just slides out the way. And then Kirik is going to point and cast Sacred Flame. That will be a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
For DS. Roll a 2, so it gets all of a 6, which means that will be 2d8 plus 5. 15 points of radiant damage as this black fire sort of envelops the creature. What should I say? 15. Cool, and as that black fire sort of burns, you can see sort of DS sort of takes a deep shuddering breath. Blood begins to pour out of the nose and out of the ears. It will trickle out of the nose and the ears.
Nice.
He is now considered bloodied. Bothrid, pissed off that his wild shape didn't work, is
I took the damage.
going to... What is he going to do? He's going to take out his longbow. It being the only thing he can do. He's going to fire once. For a 21 to hit.
Not bad considering he ain't used it in a while.
9 damage. One arrow just strikes into this creature. And then he's going to fire it again. For 22 to hit.
Nailed it that time, Dave.
8
Oh, I'm getting it better.
of damage. Just in quick succession, just 2 arrows strike into this creature. And it is DS's go. With the orb broken, DS floats to the floor. As its bonus action is then going to make 2 short sword attacks against you, Dargon.
Shame you don't get an attack of opportunity if someone comes into your range.
So the first one will be the 11 to hit, so that'll miss. Second one will be a 17 to hit.
Nope and nope, but just hold on. Nope, never mind. Carry on.
And that will be its go. Over to you.
Oh,
As it is now on the floor.
Blink hand axe. I'm not changing. I'll leave with that one. So that is a. Ooh, shit. Oh, inspiration. Hey, bad boy. Yeah. It's an 18 to hit. I rolled a fucking 6 on it. Thank you very much indeed.
That will hit.
Yes. That is why that works. Right. So I'm so excited about that. So that is 9 points of damage.
And put to damage. Blink hand axe just cuts into him.
Second attack.
Yeah, that's a bit more obvious.
An unnatural 20 to hit.
Yep.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. You strike twice with the hand axe and just open up 2 great slashes on this creature. And
I then move out of his range. So I move 5 foot back.
5 foot back. So you will invoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, please.
So it is going to make a short sword.
You want to do Hellish Rebuke, don't you?
Fucking do. Yeah, I fucking do. I want to fucking use it.
That will be 12 to hit.
No.
Oh, he fucking misses, doesn't he? What a twat.
So as you step back, it just sort of lashes out with a short sword. And misses.
Bastard had to miss, didn't he? Fine.
That will be Anders' turn.
So
Finish him
coming
off.
out of hiding to do a sneak attack with my bow, as Dargon has just created an X on him with his axe, I have X marks the spot, and all that, so I will aim for that, and I will loose another arrow. Come on. 25 to hit.
Nice.
With 8 piercing damage, and then 13 sneak attack damage.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Where Dagon has made the X, it's literally just going to go straight through him.
So it does just, this arrow just almost in slow motion just flies through, and you can see DS's eyes just wide as he sees this arrow coming straight to him, and it just goes in through the X, out the other side, skitters onto the floor somewhere, and you just hear this. DS collapses to the floor dead.
I got to finish him off this time.
Yeah, you did.
Dispels the spiritual weapon, takes a breath, and that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we finish on a fight.
Yeah, we do.
So, another interesting episode. A little bit of an adventure through the ruins of Yksalion. We shall see where we get to. Thank you once again to you, our viewers, for keeping us going, really, with some announcements this week from the UK government. This is definitely our outlet of enjoyment and that mental escape. So thank you very much for continuing to subscribe, continuing to watch. If you want to get more involved, be sure to check us out on Instagram and Twitter, not LinkedIn. Be sure to go out and check our YouTube channel, check out our Twitch channel, Again, a huge thank you to Hero Forge, Incarnate, D&D Beyond, Ben Sounds, Battle Bards, Tabletop Audio. If you do want that discount from Battle Bards, we are an affiliate. Can't shout out about that enough. It is big news for us as well. We're really pleased about this. So if you do want that discount, please go and register at Battle Bards. Use some of the sound effects like we've had tonight. Enter Malt and Magic at the registration to get your little discount. Other than that, I have been your Dungeon Master for this evening, Matthew Isbell. This has been Malt and Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin, and we shall see you again soon.